Hey friends, welcome back. This is Shelly of Letters by Shells. I am so excited for this video because I have been wanting to start bullet journaling for years and it's finally happening. For 2020, I am making a promise to myself to bullet journal daily, reflect, and be more mindful of everything. The reason why I wanted to start bullet journaling is because if you have been following my journey, I've shared multiple times that I have the hardest time balancing my personal and business life. I'm always on the go and I even forget to pause and celebrate the little things. Well, that's all going to change as I record my thoughts, projects, and so much more on a daily basis in 2020. So let's do this and let's make 2020 our year. So back to the video. I decided to use a dotted notebook from Stationery Island, and so far I'm loving it. I'm loving the color and the paper is super smooth. I'll also link all the materials and tools I'm using in the caption below. So when I first saw this notebook, the minute I saw it, I noticed the cover was blank. So I immediately had the urge to letter something and create a vinyl out of it. So to create my vinyl, I'm using my iPad Pro and Apple Pencil using the Procreate app. First, sketching out the design and then going over the lettering with another color to see how I can change the letters, styles, etc. After I feel okay about the design and I'm ready to just finalize it, I'm going to send it off to my Silhouette Cameo Machine to make it into this pretty vinyl. And with the vinyl, I'm just going to go ahead and weed everything out, all the negatives, and yeah, I'm just picking at it. I couldn't find the picker at this time, so I've just decided to just do everything by hand. And I'm going to go ahead and now use Kassa's transfer tape and basically just carefully cover over the vinyl design and making sure that it's all aligned and straightened. And afterwards, go ahead and slowly peel the transfer tape, and you should now see the vinyl being adhered to the transfer tape. Once the transfer tape has been applied to the journal, I'm going to go ahead and just smooth out the entire design. I want to make sure there's no air bubbles, and I'm going to now carefully peel the transfer tape. I noticed that a lot of my lettering, there's a few sections that were super thin, so it had a really hard time sticking to the journal just because the journal, it has kind of like a smooth, matted finish to it. So I had to use my picker just to make sure every letter just stayed onto the journal, but it worked out. So once I peel everything off, I'm just going to go ahead and just double check everything. And now for the fun part, designing each page. Since this is my first time bullet journaling, I felt like I needed to use a pencil to sketch everything out so I didn't mess up the box sizes, lettering, and all that stuff. After I finished sketching each page, I decided to use a monoline pen to outline all the boxes. I also used a ruler here, but I eventually stopped using it. It was just taking too long. For the headers, I'm using some colorful Tombow dual brush pens and lettering on top with the Tombow Fudenosuke Brush Pen. For the January cover page, I wanted a colorful design, so I decided to draw some curvy lines and outline the lines with different shades of yellow and pink at the upper left corner and bottom right corner. Then using another brush pen to letter the word January. I also have some lettering practice sheets if you're interested. Basically, it's a way to write different styles of each month, January through December. I'll link it below in the caption. For the next page, I wanted a calendar dedicated to personal dates and events such as birthdays, appointments, and all that fun stuff. Then the next page is all about personal goals. For the cover page, I decided to create a similar design from the January cover page, but decided to draw these lines straighter just to see what that would look like. For the personal goals page, I wanted an easier way to track my goals each day and decided to create this month overview and tracker layout thing. I hope I did this right. I am also doing something similar on the next page for my life goals and creating that tracker again. One of the biggest things I wanted to do for 2020 is to basically reflect daily and write down all of my thoughts every morning. So these next few pages are dedicated to just that. Then the next cover I'm working on is my business goals. For this section, I also decided to create a page dedicated for weekly business goals just to see an overview each week. So that way I don't feel super overwhelmed and it's just all located in one area. I'm now creating another calendar dedicated to only business events such as the workshops that I host, meetings, calls, and all that fun stuff again. Then the next couple of pages, I'm making a weekly to-do list spread just for my business. I also forgot to include week 5. Oh my gosh, but that's okay. I also wanted to create weekly sections for projects that I work on, and also a way to track all the pitches that I'm doing when I pitch myself to companies, like for events and working on design work. I also have another section dedicated to like tutorial ideas. Basically, it's like a way for me to just brainstorm everything and just like write everything down, and a way to track my weekly newsletters that I send out. And since I'm all about reflection for 2020, I wanted to make the last few pages as a way to write down my thoughts, lessons, and basically things that I've learned this past month, and a way to document my entire January. So here it is. Oh my goodness, it's finally done. I have a page for 2020 goals for the entire year, highlighting just 3 areas, so that way it's not so overwhelming. Basically focusing on my personal life and business. Then there's the January cover page, and then it goes into the January events calendar, like personal goals section, life goals section, an area for daily reflections, business goals, business events calendar, to-do list for each week, an area to track more business things such as like projects and tutorial ideas, and lastly a January overview. So I hope you all enjoyed my bullet journal setup for the month of January. Let's start bullet journaling together in 2020. I would love to just see your recreations and see how this could help you just stay more organized. That's something that I definitely need. So I would love for you all to join me on this new journey that I'm starting. So that's it for now, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and love you all. Bye.